Well, good afternoon and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Today we find us at Dan Botery Field as the Lompoc Braves are set to take on the Templeton Eagles. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from Lompoc High School, where these two teams will face off in a battle for first place. Templeton currently sits alone on the top of the Los Padres League standings with a 13-3 record, their latest win coming last Tuesday, a 3-1 victory over these very Braves. After that loss, Lompoc is one game back in the LPL standings at 12-4, tied for second place with San Ynez. So today, the game is important on many levels. The Eagles look to hang on to first place while completing the season sweep of the Braves, while Lompoc tries to climb into a first-place tie here in the closing weeks of the season. Statmeister Mike Loney will be joining us shortly. In the meantime, we are just about to get underway here at Dan Botery Field. Starting pitcher Ruben Cortez will get things going for the Braves here in the first. Falling quickly behind his first batter, 3-0. And a called strike to the chagrin of Mr. Gibbons at bat, who is already halfway to first. It is a little breezy out here today, folks, so bear with us as we try and hold on to our hats and everything else. 3-1 pitch. Well hit into right field. That'll be a leadoff single. The Braves have played the Templeton Eagles twice already this year, as we mentioned just a couple of days ago in a 3-1 loss. Also early in the season, they got pounded by the Eagles 17-2. So the Braves looking for a little retribution here, a little payback, and a very important game for the standings as well. Batting in the second spot is number 4, Mr. Money. Jared Money, a senior on the Eagle squad, right-hander. It's a pitch in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes now to Money, with Bullard on first. Money fouls that one off the back screen. Stay alive at 0-2. Nobody out here in the top of the first, just underway from Dan Botery Field on a windy Lompoc Valley afternoon. If I wasn't sitting in it, my chair would blow away. Cortez ready with the 0-2 pitch. Turns, throws to first, not in time. Bullard back safely. Noah Bullard on first will also be the starting pitcher for the Eagles here today in the bottom half of this inning. Cortez with another nice move to first, not in time. See what we can find out about Ruben's numbers so far this year, if we can. Little flyer over to third. Caught on the fly, a quick throw to first to double up Bullard. A nice defensive play by the Braves. Retires 2 real quickly. A nice line shot over there to third base. Jeffrey Ray right in position to take it. And all of a sudden there's 2 down. Okay, a little mix-up on my scheduling. This is Bullard up to bat now, batting in the 3 spot. Well hit ball into foul territory on bottom right field. That was Gibbons that was the leadoff batter. This is Bullard. Takes strike 2. Cortez finding the strike zone pretty regularly now after a little rocky start there on the first batter. Grounder over to short, fielded on the run, the throw just short. Ball got there, but not quite in time. Good hustle there by Bullard to beat the throw. And we'll call that a single. 2-out single by Bullard. Puts a runner at first and brings up number 24. That is Jared Griltz. Another senior on this Templeton squad. Griltz batting .333 on the year coming into the day. Looks at the ball outside. One on, 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score from Dan Botery Field, just underway. Another pitch low and away for ball 2. Small lead at first. Another pitch just misses the strike zone for ball 3. And Griltz will take first on a 4-pitch walk from Cortez. So that'll put runners at first and second with 2 down. Brings up number 9, who is Tyler Fergon, left-handed batter, another senior. Eagles are senior heavy this year for sure. 2 down, 2 on. Pitch low and away. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch misses for ball 2. Fergon batting got a very respectable batting average of .500. That'll get it done. Batting in the 5 spot. And Fergon will walk to first after consecutive back-to-back walks by Cortez. Loads the bases. And head coach Brian Aguilar will trot out to the mound to talk to Ruben. See if we can get him settled down a little bit. The Eagles have the bases full here in the top of the first inning. 2 down. That's the good news for the Braves. Caleb Ramirez out there on the mound as well. Was coach talking to Ruben. Now everybody back in their positions and we'll play ball. This is Lardner. Chopper over to third on the first pitch, fielded on the run. Jeffrey Ray to first. Boom! Got him. And the Braves dodge a bullet here in the top of the first. The Templeton Eagles leave the bases full. They come up empty. So after 1/2 here at Dan Botery Field, our score is the Eagles 0 and the Lompoc Braves coming to bat. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe with you here live from Dan Botery Field at Lompoc High School on a windy Friday afternoon. Take a look at those Padres League standings as they are coming into today's game. Templeton on top at 13-3. Lompoc and Santa Ynez tied at number 2 at 12-4. Cabrillo and Santa Maria trailing behind them, tied each at 8-8. And you've got Napomo at 7-9. And the Orchid Academy 2-12, and then the winless Morro Bay Pirates at 0-14, having a tough year up there at the Rock. So for the top half of this league standings, there are some really important games coming up in the next couple of weeks. There's only 4 or 5 league games, depending on who you are, left in this regular season. And it's kind of in a bunch up on the top of the standings. Templeton already beat Lompoc twice this season, as I mentioned, giving them the tiebreaker against Lompoc, regardless of what happens this afternoon. Lompoc and San Ynez then tied for second. Lompoc has the tiebreaker there, having won that season series 2-1. So Cabrillo and Santa Maria battling it out for that 4th and final playoff spot. And Lompoc, don't forget, will play the Conquistadors 2 times there in a week or so in the last week of the regular season. So we will go to the bottom of the first. We are scoreless. And the Braves will send up Jeffrey Ray, number 7, to start things off today. Jeffrey batting a very respectable .440 on the year. Pops that one way high and out of play over our heads. One pitch to Ray. In the dirt in front of the plate, ball 2. Ray, with 50 at-bats on the year, has got 22 hits. Make that 23 as he pops that one right past second base into center field for a leadoff single for Jeffrey Ray and the Braves. That'll bring up right fielder Justin Allen. With 1 on and nobody out. Ray thought about going, gets back. Let's see what Justin Allen is doing on the year so far. Go to first, not in time. Justin batting .217 on the season. RBI opportunity here. A little dribbler over towards third. They'll record the out at first, and Ray will dive back into second as he thought about turning the corner to go to third. Got caught about halfway in between the bases and turned around and slid face first back into second safely. So Justin Allen did what he was supposed to do and advanced the runner. 1 down now with a runner at second. And Caleb Ramirez up to bat. First pitch to Ramirez is high for ball 1. Caleb batting .367 on the season. Fouls this one out of play. That's exactly why I don't park in the parking lot. No score here from Bottery Field, bottom of the first inning. Another one fouled out of play. Let's see what we can find out about some pitching stats from Mr. Gibbons. Well hit off the glove or off the third baseman and into left field. Jeffrey Ray turns the corner at third. He's going to score standing up. Caleb Ramirez with a 1-out RBI double, and the Braves lead That's exactly what the Braves need, is a good, quick start here this afternoon. Because these Eagles can pile up some runs, from what I understand. Pitcher Ruben Cortez up to bat now for the Braves, batting in the 4 spot today. Swings at the first one for strike 1. Makes a mighty hack at that, tips it off foul for strike 2. Ruben quickly in an 0-2 hole. Cortez batting .311 on the year coming into this afternoon. Check swing high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ruben Cortez. Ramirez is at second. Ray has already crossed the plate. Ruben smacks this one into center field for a single. Throw to third, gets away. Caleb Ramirez gets up, and before he even dusts himself off, he crosses home for the second run of the Lompoc inning. Ball goes out of play, so Cortez will take third and have to hold there. So a single, a fielder's choice and an error puts a run across and Cortez at third with 1 out. And the Braves are now leading 2-0 here in the first inning. Number 24, Oscar Rojas now batting for Lompoc. Oscar playing first base for the Braves today. Takes a called strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Looks at that one low for ball 2. I was going to tell you a little bit about Gibbons' pitching stats, but they are few and far between here on the website. Ball in the dirt for ball 3. They've got him listed either he's got an ERA of 0.00, which is either really good or he hasn't made very many appearances. Fouled out of play right behind me. I think they're shooting at me again. This one, you thought it was safe to go to the ballpark. People start throwing things at you. What is the count? 2-2, I think. Strike 3 called. And Rojas goes down looking for out number 2. That'll bring us to Devin Villalobos. Devin playing center field today, looks at ball 1. Shows bunt and takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Villalobos. Cortez at third. Devin trying to bring him home, falls out, bunted back for strike 2. Villalobos hitting .310 on the year with 12 RBIs to his credit, and he'd like to make that 13 right now, but that's not going to happen as he looks at called strike 3 to retire the side. But the Braves come up big here in the first. They score 2, leave 1. Cortez stranded at third. So after 1 complete here at Dan Bottery Field, our score is Lompoc Braves 2 and the Templeton Eagles 0. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here, bringing you all the action live from Dan Botery Field on a windy Lompoc afternoon. Don't forget that immediately following game or at 6 o'clock, whichever comes first, stay tuned here to KPEG for New Tracks, one of our relatively new programs where yours truly will introduce you to some new songs out of the KPEG Music Library. Plus, we will unveil a brand new song that has never been played on KPEG before this evening's program. That's 6 o'clock this evening, KPEG's New Tracks. So we will go to the top of the second inning. Cortez on the mound for the Braves. I was going to find out what we can about Ruben's numbers as well. ERA of 3.94, it says. 2 wins, no losses. That's a good record. In 5 appearances and a couple of saves on the books for Ruben this year.
Even the best for last, Greg.
And I am joined by a good friend and colleague, Statmaster Mike Loney. Mike, welcome to Botery Field.
Yeah, been here before.
Yeah. You missed an exciting first inning. Here's a high fly ball into shallow center, and that's going to drop for a single.
Yeah, well, I understand there was a single, fielder's choice, and something else that helped score a couple runs.
And an error.
Yeah, an error,
yeah.
Okay.
You must have been listening to the radio on your way to the ballpark.
Yeah, some of us do that.
Yeah, good. A leadoff single, who was that?
Number 10.
That was Mr. Flanagan. That's who that was.
Yeah. Well, I presume you talked about the Braves' 2 prior losses to these very self-same Templeton Eagles.
We did discuss it briefly, yes. An early season blowout and a close one a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Both started by Oscar Rojas, who ended up the losing pitcher in both, and it was not his fault, really, in either.
Showing bunt at the plate, nice one down the third baseline, barehanded, throw to first. In time to make that play, good throw.
Runner holds at second. Oscar gave up 5 runs in 2 games, a total of 8 innings. And in the first game, they were trailing 3-1, and the next guy in gave up 8 runs, and then the third guy in gave up another 6.
That'll do it every time.
And so, when you've got a ERA of 28 and 14 behind you.
Kaczewski at bat drags this one foul down the first baseline.
Yeah, just foul, and would have been an easy out.
That is, of course, Tyler Kaczewski, a freshman. Little chopper just in front of the plate. Cortez hustles to get it, throws to first in time to record out number 2. In the process, however, the runner goes over to third. So we'll have 2 outs and 1 on.
The second game, Oscar was trailing 2-1 when they took him out. And Eagles tacked on a third one late against the relievers, so he took the loss in that one as well. And so, despite very good pitching, he took 2 losses. The other factor in that game was in the 2 games, well, the first game especially, was they gave up 17 runs. 9 of them were earned.
Chopper over towards short. Throw to first should be in time to make out number 3. Well played by the Braves.
And the first baseman tries to jog to the dugout. Now he gets to go back and retrieve his hat, which just blew off at about 30 feet past him.
Oscar lost his hat on the way back.
Threw it over into right field.
But the Eagles come up empty here in the top of the second. No runs. One hit, one left. So after 1.5 here at Votary Field, our score remains the Braves 2 and the Eagles nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio, spinning the knobs, turning the dials, clicking the mice.
I think that's his favorite part.
Or feeding them. I don't know which.
Yeah.
And we are happy to be here, even though we're having to nail down our paperwork.
Yep.
Actually had to hold Mike's chair down until he was here to sit in it.
Well, thank you for that.
You'd be standing for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
My chair would have blown all the way into right field.
Blown over to the ag department.
Yes. So we've only got a few games left here on our broadcast schedule. We will be back here at Lompoc High School a week from today on the softball diamond, actually. Last time we tried to go to the Braves softball diamond, we got rained out. Don't think that's in the forecast for next week. So hopefully we will be able to bring you the Morro Bay Pirates as they visit the Lompoc Braves softball girls. First pitch scheduled at 4 o'clock. That's a week from today on May 4th. Join us. The Braves battling for a good position in the playoffs and softball side of the Diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay, back to baseball. Who we got here? It says Fabian Canchola. One thing about these Braves home uniforms, they've got white numbers on white jerseys.
Greg's favorite.
Yes.
Fabian looking at a couple of strikes here.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. One low inside and strike 3. Canchola goes down swinging for out number 1. That should bring us to number 9, Christian De La Cruz. De La Cruz in the shortstop position today for the Braves. Looks at ball 1. Takes that one inside around the belt for ball 2. Takes a hack at that one, comes up empty for strike 1. Grounder over toward short. Should be playable. Throw to first. 2 down.
Well, this game certainly seems to be moving along.
So far. Takes us to the bottom of the order. Isaiah Hernandez, number 9. No, number 4, sorry. Takes a strike call. Should even the count. No. Also screen from the scoreboard as well. Yeah. Called strike 3 very quickly. Hernandez goes down looking for the 3rd out. So a quick half inning here for the Eagles defense. Retires the Braves in order. So after 2 complete here at Votary Field, our score remains the Braves 2 and the Eagles nothing. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 FM. By the way, they were listening to 100.9 FM on the radio coming from the concession stand when I arrived set up. So
cool.
They knew we were coming and gave us the great honor of doing their warm-ups to KPEG's Rock and Roll.
Well, who else would they do it?
That is true. Because nobody rocks like KPEG.
Yep.
And nobody has a program called the local KPEG Local Music Hour either. Don't forget, folks, every Saturday night at 7 o'clock, we feature 1 full hour of music dedicated to local artists, local musicians, written, produced, performed, and recorded right here in the Lompoc Valley or surrounding areas. Sometimes we stretch out to Santa Maria and San Luis Obispo, down into the Santa Barbara Goleta area, but all right around here in the Central Coast. Our guest host, Casey Farah, tells you all about the artists and the bands and the songs behind it. So tune in Saturday nights exclusively right here at KPEG for the KPEG Local Music Hour. Back to baseball we go.
Rubin's first pitch ruled outside for a ball.
Jared Money takes the second pitch and drives it into left field for a single. So a leadoff single for Mr. Money. Puts one on and nobody out and brings up Noah Bullard, I'm sorry. He was in.
I think Nate graduated.
Yep. Knew there was a Nate in there somewhere. Looks at ball one high. That one just misses from Cortez for ball two. Ruben a little deliberate on the mound today. Yeah. Not in any hurry, taking his time. Yeah. That one had some pop on it. Strike one called.
Yeah.
Can hear that one popping into Ramirez's glove behind the plate.
Ooh. That one had some steam on it too, just a bit high, though.
High fastball makes it 3 balls and a strike. Ooh, ball 4 high, and Bullard will take first on the walk.
And we had a wind gust just as he went into the windup, and I think that messed him up just a little bit on the pitch.
So 2 on, nobody out here in the Eagle third.
Eagles have done most of their damage against the Braves in the later innings. Squares to bunt. Goes to a knee and rolled the ball high.
This is Jared Briltz. Called strike from Cortez.
Evens the count.
We had the opportunity to see these guys against Cabrillo a few weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Briltz will take that one off the back.
Yep.
Gives a little glare up to the mound.
And we've got bases loaded, nobody out.
And we were in a pitching change. Coach Brian Aguilar out to the mound.
In conference, at least.
Thought I saw him pointing already. We'll see. Big conference at the mound. Everybody with the outfielders. Rubens walked several, being the last batter.
Mm-hmm.
We've got bases full with nobody out here in the top of the third.
Excellent time for a triple play, right?
Yeah. As rare as they may be, I'd take one right about now. Okay, Cortez will stay on the mound for the Braves. Good to see. Let him pitch his way out of this.
Number 9 at the plate, the lefty.
Tyler Fragone.
Oh, beautiful pitch right at the knees for a strike.
Was a nice one. A couple more like that, Ruben. Ooh, low in the dirt. Nice stop. Caleb, nice job back there keeping that one in front of him. Fouled over toward the Braves dugout. No play, but counts as a strike. That's the good news. One out at a time. 3 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. 2-0 lead for the Braves in jeopardy.
Fouled off. Just barely got a piece of that one. So I guess the threes are wild. Trays are wild?
I guess. Well hit. Finds the gap into right. That's going to score 2 at least. 2 across, and we've got a tie ball game. A 2 RBI single to right. I mentioned earlier that the Eagles can score runs in a hurry and in bunches. Mm-hmm. And there's the start of a bunch right there.
Still nobody out.
Runners at first and second. 2 runs across. This is number 11, Lardner. Throw to second, offline into center field.
Runners do not advance, however.
This is...
Ooh. Almost hit him.
Looks like it did.
Yeah. Okay.
Second hit batter of the inning. And the bases are loaded once again. Macer Lardner trots over to first after getting dinged. Brings us to Adrian Flanagan, number 10.
Another lefty.
Little guy for a senior.
Called strike.
Evens the count at 1 apiece to Flanagan. Mid high on that one from Cortez for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Bases full again. Still no outs here in the third. Fouls that one off. Evens the count at 2 apiece.
Wind very, very gusty. Appeal to third.
Appeal to the check swing. Didn't go around. We'll call it ball 3. 3-2 pitch from Cortez is high, and that'll walk in a run. So what was a 2-0 lead for the Braves coming into this inning is now a 3-2 lead for the Eagles, and another conference on the mound. Still nobody out here in the third for the Eagles, and the bases are juiced once again.
Six batters, 0 outs. That's not a good number, Greg.
Coach Aguilar discussing that very, very topic right now with the pitcher and catcher.
Doesn't look like we're going to have a pitching change.
Well, you know what? There hasn't been any activity in the bullpen. Of course, your second pitcher is probably playing first base right now. Officials coming out to join the party, which might mean it's time to break the party up.
They're like when the cops show up at your party, Greg. They're not there to join.
Sure about my parties, I mean. Okay, Cortez will stay on the mound for the Braves. And number 7, Mr. Stetz will come up. Nolan Stetz. Nice pitch from Cortez in for called strike one. Ouch. I hope you can hear those pitches hitting the glove like we can.
A little bit low. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Foul out of play for strike two.
Over our head.
Yes, again. Been a lot of that going on today. Stats batting .333 on the season. Ooh, nice pitch, just missed the strike zone.
2-2 count.
High and in for ball three.
So full count, bases juiced, nobody out.
Not a good scenario. Still looking for that triple play he called for, Mike.
Yeah, at this point, I'd take a double play. Oh, beautiful.
Called strike three. And finally, the Braves recording out here in the third.
That one was a nice wiggler.
Beautiful pitch by Cortez. Kaczewski now back up. Fouls the first pitch back for strike one.
Wasn't he just up?
It seems like it, doesn't it? And with a .429 batting average, I'd prefer not to see him any more than we have to, actually. Ooh. Swung on and missed for strike two.
And he was looking to put that one over the right field fence.
Which means he should have started it towards center field in this wind.
Ooh.
Got him, strike three.
2 swinging strikes. After the foul, and down he goes. So after 6 batters in a row and no outs, 2 strikeouts. Consecutive batters.
And Ruben still firing it in there. There's strike one. To Gibbons, top of the order again for the Eagles. Swung on and missed for strike two. Ruben maybe said enough is enough. Let's get these guys out of here. Fouled off just to stay alive. Count stays 0-2.
And Ruben is just kind of rearing back and firing right now.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to hit something, you're going to hit something good.
Here it is. Hit it if you can.
I don't know, a little bit high.
1 and 2. With 2 down now, base is still full. That one got away from Ruben a little bit, bounces a few feet in front of the plate. Stopped nicely, however, by Ramirez. Runners hold. And we have a 2-2 count now.
Couple nice plays back there by Ramirez.
Fastball high, check swing, didn't go around, and all of a sudden we got a full count, 3-2, with the bases full. Big pitch here for Cortez. Runners going.
Oh,
got him swinging and
off-speed pitch.
Oh, that was nasty.
Pulled the string on that one, and he had time to go around twice on that one.
And Gibbons wanted to break his bat over his head after that one.
Yeah, that's tough when they're aluminum.
But a great job by Cortez after a shaky start there in the third. Retired 3 in a row in 3 strikeouts.
Well, unfortunately, gave up 3 runs before he did that.
The Eagles come up with 3 here in the third, leave the bases full. So after 2.5 innings, our score has changed. It's now the Eagles 3 and the Braves 2. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio, and you are who you are, and you are where you are, and we're glad you were listening to us.
Yeah, where we are.
Yes, where we are. Which is at a breezy Dan Botery Field.
I tell you who would have loved that last strikeout by Ruben Cortez. That's one Dan Botery. He loved the changeup.
Yep.
That was one of his favorite pitches. He'd rather have you throw a change than a curve any day, and that was a fine example of the art.
I bet his Ruben's dad probably appreciated it a little bit as well. He was either over to in the stands to our left or in a car on his way here. So he was working out of town this afternoon. So
yeah, a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Okay, so the Braves will come up in the bottom of the third. This will be Jeffrey Ray, top of the order.
Ooh.
Swings at the first pitch, flying around in the wind in right field. Three guys thinking about picking it up, and finally the right fielder gets under it and lassos it.
Pop up to short that was finally caught about halfway through left field. Yeah.
Yes, that drifted, 50 feet maybe or more to
at
the right.
least.
Yeah. Get it up in the wind stream, and it's going to travel. First pitch swinging again. This will be fouled out of play down the first base line, way down there towards the scoreboard. Pitch inside for ball one. So there's Justin Allen at bat for the Braves. Chopper over towards second. Ooh. Hard to handle and can't handle it. No throw to first, as Bullard couldn't get a grip on it. Are you going to score that one, Mikey?
It
was pretty hot.
Probably. We'll give him a second. It was kind of a backhand stab. So
the unofficial scoring gives Allen a single.
Lompoc can use all the stats they can get at this one.
That's right. Ramirez now up to bat. Throw to first. Not in time. Foul out of play. It's a nice contingent of Eagles fans here at the game, by the way. Made the trip down 101.
Probably the last time we'll see a contingent from Templeton.
Yep.
For a good while anyway.
Runner going. Throw to first. Offline and into center field.
Couldn't hold it, and it looks like the fielder is injured.
That's Bullard over there at second, trying to shake this one off. He got his hand down there in the area of where that ball was coming in a little low. Coach out to take a look at him and see if he's okay. Looks like he wants to stay in. Coach says, all right, play on.
So the single and the steal for Mr. Allen. And he's in scoring position with 1 out.
Cortez up to bat now for the Braves. Takes strike one.
Takes it a couple called strikes right on the edge.
Ruben says, give me one more just like that. Ball is low. Runner taking off to third. A little lackadaisical play there. And a little discussion as to whether that was a legal advance, and they were going to let him stay at third.
The pitcher did not handle the return to the mound, and so
that's a live ball.
It's a live ball.
Ooh, Cortez with a vicious cut at that one, fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ruben. runner at third now, the tying run at third base. Grounded hard over to second. That's going to be off the glove. Cortez with the single and the RBI.
And that's definitely a single.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That one just sharply hit right to second. Bullard, the same guy who was shaken up in the play earlier previous, was there to knock that one down.
If his hand wasn't hurting before, it is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And more importantly, there's no runner on third, Greg, because he came in.
That is right. We have
scored.
We have a tie ball game now, 3-3 here in the bottom of the third. And up to bat for the Braves is Oscar Rojas. Cortez back to first for the throw.
Rojas, a sophomore. Expect good things from him.
With a throw to first, Cortez has to dive face first that time to get back.
Yeah, Ruben doesn't mind. He's been in the dirt quite a bit over the years.
Ooh. Foul out of play.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for the wind, that probably would have been off the wall and right, but that was off the sidewall, I guess.
Foul out of play again. Just over our heads. Beginning to think they're shooting at me again, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's what you get when you hang out with the Ducks and they're shooting down.
Keeping a close eye on Cortez at first. Another throw.
Yeah. Don't see the pitcher get this much attention very often.
That is true.
Of course, Ruben isn't really your standard pitcher.
Grounded over to right. Collision at first. Cortez will turn the corner at third, but he will be held.
Ooh. And that was
collision there by Oscar Rojas and first baseman Lardner. Oscar walking him off a little bit here. Lardner seems to be no worse for wear. Oscar seems to be flexing his back a little bit. And got a little tad of a limp.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get some time to walk that off.
Walk him down the right field line to the fence or thereabouts. Looks like we've got one of Tom Blanco's minions
out there to take a look. Oscar, flexing that back a little bit.
Yeah.
Medical timeout here at Bottery Field in a 3-3 ball game, bottom of the third inning.
Yeah. So the trees weren't wild before. They're definitely working their way towards it now.
Certainly are now.
I wouldn't mind seeing three of the Braves on base at the same time.
Well, we've got one. Ruben over at third.
Oscar over at first when he gets back. So we're going to have a series of meetings here. We've got the Eagles converging on the mound. We've got and there was an appeal about the
play at first, I think.
And officials have indicated that he was safe.
A little confusion there with the destructive collision at first. Looks like
they're taking Oscar all the way back to the dugout. We may have a sub here.
He's looking pretty stiff and favoring one leg. That was quite a wallop. Both of the players ended up on their backs in the dirt.
Yeah. There was more contact on that collision than we saw a couple times on the football field.
Just about to go there. So Oscar will take a seat. We'll see who comes out to take his place on first. But the Braves opened up quickly with a couple of runs in the first inning to start things off. They gave up 3 in the top of this inning to Templeton. And now have fought their way back to a 3-3 tie here in the bottom of the third.
Runners on the corners and one out.
The question is, who is the runner on this corner? And we are about to find out who they send. This is...
Oh, Lincoln Kid.
That's AJ Arias, number 12. Will step in for Oscar at first base. We hope Oscar is all right. So first and third, 2 down. And this should be Villalobos to bat for Lompoc. First pitch swinging, high fly ball into right. Will it stay in play? Yes, it will.
About 3 feet from the fence.
Well hit, but not enough. So that will retire the Braves here in the third. They come up with 1 run of their own to leave a couple.
And that would have been nice if it had got another 5 feet on it.
Yeah, another 5-10 feet. That would have scored a few. As it is, 3 complete here at Botery Field, and our score is now the Lompoc Braves 3 and the Templeton Eagles 3. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
I'm Greg Ratcliffe. That was Mike Loney. Bill Dr. Draw Smith is back at KPEG Control doing his thing. Don't forget, folks, if you have family or friends that are outside of our listening area here in the Lompoc Valley and they want to listen to Lompoc baseball, they can. All they have to do is go to kpegradio.com and they can follow the action just like you are here on the radio. kpegradio.com, live and streaming worldwide.
Well, a game that was cruising right along has suddenly had an inning where we had 15 batters come to the plate.
That'll slow things down a bit.
Yes, it will. Hopefully, at least in the top half of the inning here, we can get back to the earlier pace of not a lot of guys.
Well, Cortez will take the mound again for the Braves, and we will hope that he has the success they did in the last portion of the last inning, retiring 3 in a row.
Yep. On strikeouts.
We're striking out 3 straight. I had a chance to talk with Ruben last night. He was aware of the gravity of this game.
Yep.
And I'm sure that the first half of that third inning was not what he had in mind.
No.
But looks like he's got a mindset now and see what he can do here in the fourth. Starts with a called strike. That one sails a little bit for ball 1. There's a strike. Just foul tipped into the glove. Strike 2. Check swing called. They say going around, appeal to first. And that is 4 strikeouts in a row for Cortez. Registering out number 1 here in the fourth. Ruben's got it going now.
Yep. Ooh. Just missed on that one. A nice pitch.
This is Noah Bullard. That one's in there for a called strike. I'm liking what I'm seeing on Ruben's pitches right now.
Yep.
Got some good movement, some good speed. That one bounces low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Breaking ball misses. 3-1. High fly ball in foul territory down the first baseline, and a little drop foul.
Boy, that thing just kept going.
Yep. 3 players trying to hustle it down, and they could not run the wind.
Interesting to see Lord's dinged up hand has any effect. Doesn't appear to be.
3-2. Ball 4. And Bullard will take first on the walk. So after 4 straight strikeouts,
gives up a walk. Bullard didn't seem to be aware that that was ball 4.
Yeah, he wasn't planning on taking a hike down the first baseline until he was instructed to. Brings us back to Briltz.
And the runner was going, but
Briltz got dinged, and that is the second time that Cortez has sent Mr. Briltz to first with a ball in the back.
That probably doesn't feel good either.
And Jared's going to have a couple of bruises from today. Brings up number 9, Tyler Frigon.
Good time for an out.
We have one of those.
Ooh. That was a nice pitch, but Frigon is a little on the diminutive side, and the throw was high.
Very similar pitch, high, check swing, ball 2. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Another one high, 3-0.
Ooh, and that one goes to the backstop.
Wild pitch, ball 4, and the bases are full again here for the Eagles. They were in that position 2 times last inning. This time, bases juiced with 1 out. Three tie in jeopardy of going the way of the Eagles here.
First baseman, number 11.
That's Lardner. Looking at full bases, takes ball 1. Ball 2 high. Cortez had it dialed in there for a little bit. Now seems to be struggling to find the strike zone again. There's one in there. Lardner taking all the way. 2 balls and a strike.
A little bit the reverse of the last inning.
High fly ball. Right field and drifting.
Center fielder takes it. Coming over and throw not in time. Runner from third scores. Runner from second advances to third. And Lardner holds.
So a run across, but an out recorded. It's now 4-3 Templeton. Runners at the corners with 2 down. That'll bring up number 10, Mr. Flanagan. Takes that one just a bit high for ball 1. Gets a hold of that one, little blooper over towards second. Could be trouble. But a nice flying catch out there in shallow center field.
By the shortstop.
Was that De La Cruz that grabbed a hold of that one?
I think it was.
I think so, yeah. 3 guys in the area. We're going to give that one to Christian De La Cruz on a flying, flopping, diving catch.
It wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Yes, he's got it in his glove, and that's all that counts. And that is the 3rd out to retire their side. So what could have been a disaster for the Braves, they only give up 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles will leave 2 on. So after 3.5, here at Dan Bottery Field, our score has changed once again. It's now the Eagles 4 and the Braves 3.
Well, the Braves have a few more innings here to try and ground the Eagles.
Ground the Eagles. They're flying high in the wind so far here today.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you're listening to the Game of the Week on your favorite radio station, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. You are you. And Bill is back at the studio.
Yeah.
What else can we tell you about? What's going on in Lompoc Valley these days?
Well, I presume we've got some council meetings coming up that are going to be important.
We do. We're going to tell you about this first. Speaking of baseball, you probably all heard of the pitch, hit, and run competitions. Well, that's coming to the Lompoc Valley here on Sunday, May 6th at Pioneer Park. It's open to boys and girls ages 7 through 14. Compete in that and get a chance to advance to the national competition during the Major League Baseball All-Star Week. So pretty exciting stuff there. If you're interested for more information, give my friend Chad Dawson a call over the Rec Center. He's at 875-8092. Back here to Bottery, we've got top of the order. No, we don't. We've got Fabian Cantrola for the Braves.
And he swung at the first one, missed it, took a called strike on the second, and the third one bounced up to the plate. So one.
Sounds like 1 and 2.
Okay.
And that one bounces in as well. So 2 and 2 to Fabian Cantrola.
Could have used a couple of those type pitches the last inning when they had runners on. And that one's in the dirt for ball 3. So full count after an 0-2 start. So good eye by Fabian.
Batting .302 on the year, it says. Ooh, strike 3 called.
That one was a steamboat right down the middle.
Fabian watched it go by. So 1 down here in the Braves' 4th. Takes us to the aforementioned Christian De La Cruz. Two quick strikes. Just gets a piece of the bat on that one to stay alive at 0-2. Nobody on, 1 out here in the Braves half of the 4th inning. In a 4-3 ball game. Eagles on top.
High for a ball.
The Cruz calls time as the wind starts gusting up a little bit.
Isn't that illegal, Greg? Given in high school or a high ball?
Ooh. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And 2 down here in the Braves' 4th. Takes us to left fielder Isaiah Hernandez. Lefty swings at the first pitch, comes up empty for strike 1. Watches strike 2 go by. Gibbons in a bit of a rhythm here now for the Eagles on the mound. On a foul over to O Street.
Yep.
Just about nailed an SUV and a van on the way by.
Kind of reached out and poked at that one.
0-2 pitch. Got him swinging, strike three. And a good inning on the mound for Gibbons. Retires the Braves in order. So after 4 complete here at Dan Botery Field, our score is the Eagles 4 and the Braves 3. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Mike had mentioned council meetings, and he was absolutely right. If you are interested in how your local government works, you've got a couple of options. You can go to City Hall on the first and third Tuesdays of the month, or you can turn on TAP TV channel 23 and watch it live. You can tune in to KPEG Radio and listen to it live, or you can go to the city website and watch our video stream as well, KPEG Radio and TAP TV. cityoflompoc.com/TAP TV.
So we're headed into election season. If you haven't registered, please take care of that. We have a little bit of time left. And we're headed into something new in elections
Yes.
this year.
District elections.
District elections for the first time in Lompoc history.
If you have any questions on how that works, I'm sure there's some people at City Hall that will be happy to explain it to you.
Yep.
Grounder over to short. Off the glove. And no throw to first.
Hard play, but makeable.
Jeffrey Ray, who couldn't get a grip on that one, and that'll put a leadoff runner at first base for the Eagles. That'll bring us to, really, Mr. Kaszewski again. I think there's more than one of him. Every time I look, he's up to bat. Shows bunt, takes ball one. Tries to bunt again and comes up empty, so we got a 1-1 count to Mr. Kaszewski.
And that one hit him.
Got him on the arm on the way by, and that'll be the third, I believe, hit batter from Cortez today, at least, maybe 4.
And suddenly they've got runners on first and second and nobody out again.
2 innings in a row, the Eagles have had the bases loaded. Let's see if they can get that way again. Still no action in the Braves bullpen.
Very important game for the Braves.
Good news, Oscar Rojas is back on duty at first base. Now a throw to second gets away. All the runners are going.
All the way to center field. And
both runners advance on the errant throw. And now you've got second and third with nobody out.
Gibbons at the plate, number 7.
Pitcher on pitcher. Ball low. 1-0 to Gibbons. Misses low for ball 2. Runners at second and third. Nobody out for the Eagles here in the, where are we? Top of the 5th, I think.
Yep. And we're going to have a brief chat on the mound between the catcher and the pitcher.
Caleb Ramirez goes out to chat with Cortez. (2-0) pitch hit well into center field. There to make the play. Runner at third will tag up and score. So Gibbons flies out to center. sacrifice fly scores a run. It's now 5-3.
Both runners were able to advance. The runner now on second as well.
Good news is we've got 1 out recorded. And that'll bring up Jared Money. Takes strike 1 and then looks at the ball. 1 out, runner at second, 1 across here in the 5th. Called strike 2. Time called by the official. Money is in 18 games batting 143. Watches that one just low for a ball. High flare, just out of reach in foul territory down the first baseline. Again, drifting to the south, southeast. The prevailing gale. Should make us 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 5th. 5-3 is our score. Eagles on top, threatening to add some more. Money looking for an RBI. Dare I say, trying to cash in on an RBI opportunity.
You could say it, Greg. I wouldn't dare.
Not out of play. This one is hit over towards second.
Kind of golfed towards second.
And caught on the fly for out number 2. Noah Bullard back up for the Eagles with 2 down now. Pitch is still popping into the glove back there, but a little high on that one.
That one sounded like Ruben was trying to throw it through Ramirez.
A little off of that one, but still missed.
3 quick balls.
3-0 pitch to Bullard. And Noah will walk to first as Cortez surrenders another walk.
Runners now on first and second.
That's the bad news. The good news is there's 2 down.
Guess who's up? 24.
That's Broltz again. Jared Broltz.
Might just have to change his name to Broltz again.
High fly ball. Center field, drifting right. But the catch will be made to record the out and retire the side. So Jared just happy he didn't get beamed again.
The Broltz beam.
But Temple comes up with
another run.
1 more here in the 5th. So after 4.5 from Dan Botery Field, our score is now the Eagles 5 and the Braves 3. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your favorite radio station and your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That was Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Don't forget, we will be back on the air 1 week from today on the softball side of Lompoc High School, as the girls will host the Pirates from Morro Bay.
Speaking of softball, Greg, don't we have a softball tournament going on this weekend, or
I think
over at Thompson Park? At least it was supposed to be.
And yet the season-ending tournament starts for LGSA starts next weekend, I believe. Any word on the renovation over at Thompson? How that's going?
Well, last I heard, they were trying to get it ready for a tournament coming up. I thought it was this weekend, and then have it complete for the grand reopening first week of May or so.
I think, I believe, yeah, that's LGSA end of season tournament starts here at least this weekend and Monday, all through next week. So, and Thompson Park is scheduled to be part of that. So, I know because I'll probably be there. So we will come back to baseball, the bottom of the fifth. Top of the order for the Braves as Jeffrey Ray steps into the batter's box. Fouls one off. Takes that one low, looking at 2-1 now to Jeffrey. That one fouled just over our head.
It landed about 5 feet to my right.
Yeah.
We had got a real good look at both the pitcher and the first baseman as
they were
flying towards us
right here at the chain link.
If they hadn't been able to hit the brakes, they would have strained themselves through the chain.
Would have been sitting in our laps. Yeah. So, okay, Jeffrey, that's enough of that. That's closer than we need to be. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 balls outside and just missed on a couple of pitches. That one.
Chopper over towards short. On the run, throw is going to be offline. Jeffrey Ray will turn the corner and head to 2.
And he'll be in there, standing up.
So Jeffrey Ray with a leadoff. Well,
I'll call it a single.
Can we call that a single and an error?
The second baseman was charging and tried to throw back across his body, and that's usually never a good thing to try, and it wasn't, and he threw it well past the first baseman. So I'll give Ray a single on the contact, and then took second on the error.
Okay. I'll accept that. Either way you score it, Ray's at second with nobody out, and that's a good thing for Lompoc. Brings up number 22, Justin Allen. First pitch swinging, loops this one over into right field. Play is made. Allen, Jeffrey Ray tags up and throws to third, slides in safely. And I believe that's exactly what Justin Allen did the last time he was up. Sacked fly, advances the runner. And Ray is now safely at third with 1 out. That should take us to catcher Caleb Ramirez. Caleb batting .367 on the season, including 6 doubles.
Well,
and 11 RBIs.
The fences here at Buttery were brought in 10 to 15 feet all the way around when they did the latest string-o, and
a mighty hack by Ramirez corkscrews himself right into the ground on that one. Literally.
Haven't really seen a great deal of home run power. In spite of that, though, the Braves have 1 home run this year.
Ramirez looks at that one high for a ball.
Yeah, that was definitely some high eye candy there.
Yeah, Jeffrey Ray with the only home run associated with the Braves this season.
A bit ironic, since Ray is known more for his speed than his power. 2-2 count.
Goes after a high fast one and comes up empty for strike 3. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Big out for the Eagles.
Yes, it was. Runner remains at third.
That's Jeffrey Ray. And
pitcher Ruben Cortez up to see what he can do. First pitch swinging. High fly ball. Shallow right, excuse me.
Yeah,
holding in the wind and out.
Looking back into the sun. And
Flanagan there to make the play. A couple of key outs by Flanagan over there and right to retire the Braves here in the 5th. They'll come up empty and leave 1 stranded. So after 5 complete innings here at Bottery Field, our score remains the Eagles 5 and the Braves 3. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG Radio.
And if this wind picks up much more, this is going to become a road game, Greg.
Hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
I think we struck it out about 5 feet from the dugout.
We've drifted halfway to the parking lot by now. Yeah. Let's take a look at the remainder of the Braves schedule here.
A couple games they need to win. I think they've got a couple against Arroyo Grande tomorrow, I believe, a doubleheader, and then they've got
those, of course, are non-league games that won't affect the standings. And they've got 3 games against the Napomo Titans,
and they're going to need to win a bunch of those.
Then they'll finish off the season with back-to-back games against crosstown rival Cabrillo on the 8th and the 10th, Tuesday and Thursday, a week or so from now. So, yeah. And we will be there. Actually, we'll be covering softball on the 8th, Cabrillo softball.
And if you're supporting the Braves, then you're rooting for Orcutt Academy next week, since they're playing Templeton.
Just about to look at that Templeton schedule.
Braves currently tied with San Ynez as well, so whoever's playing San Ynez needs to lose.
Yes, Templeton will have a pair of games against Santa Maria next week, and then they'll finish out the season with 2 against Orcutt Academy. Orcutt Academy only with 2 victories on the season, I believe. So Braves are going to need to take care of their own business and maybe get a little help.
Yeah. They had a decent lead in the league standings, and they lost 2 in a row.
Okay, we're going to the top of the 6th inning, Mike.
If they can't pull this one out, that would be the first time they've lost 3 in a row this season.
New pitcher for the Braves here in the 6th inning. Cortez done for the day. Fabian Concholo now will step onto the mound for Lompoc.
Fouled that one off. 2 balls and a strike.
Controller with a 2.80 ERA coming into this afternoon with a couple of wins to his credit.
We're going at the plate.
High fly ball over towards third, and it'll be playable. And that'll record 1 down here in the 6th. Takes us to number 11, Mr. Lardner. Looks at ball 1. Macer Lardner. Ooh. That had a aluminum sound to it. Fly ball. Yep. Towards just past first. Into the glove. of Oscar Rojas for out number 2. Good to see Oscar back on the field after that little shake-up there. So quickly 2 out here in the 6th. Flanagan fouls his first pitch. We are screened. Looks like yes. Caleb Ramirez able to glove that one behind the plate to record the 3rd out, and an easy inning for the Braves defensively here in the top of the 6th. The Eagles go quietly for a change.
Yeah.
So after a 5.5, our score remains the Eagles 5 and the Braves 3. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
What else is going on? Recently, the city manager and the mayor got together with the folks over at the Chamber of Commerce and had a luncheon and talked about the state of the city. TAP TV was there and recorded the proceedings. If you are not able to attend and are interested in the things that were said, you can catch the replays on TAP TV channel 23. Go to our website for the days and times, or you can also go to the city website and check it out on demand. It's available for you to watch at any time, video on demand at the city website, courtesy of TAP TV. Oscar Rojas at bat for the Braves to start things off in the bottom of the 6th. Foul out of play down the first baseline after taking strike 1. So Oscar now quickly down 0-2. Looks at one high and in for ball 1.
When you're looking over at your head for the ball, then probably high. Fouls that one off. Just did get a piece of it.
1 ball and 2 strike to Oscar. That one a little chin music. Oscar's thinking, I've been banged up enough today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, says I don't need that close a shave.
Ooh. Got him looking. Strike 3 called, and Rojas goes down. So 1 down here in the Braves half of the 6th. That'll bring up Devin Villalobos. First pitch in there for a called strike. Check swing, called strike 2. Thought about it.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 pitch. Flips that one out towards center field and backing up and drifting to his left to make the play.
And under normal circumstances, that would have been just onto the grass, and it ended up being caught about halfway to the fence.
Just kind of blooped that one out there, and it just traveled a lot farther than we expected it to. But as it is, it's in the glove for out number 2. That'll bring up Fabian Controla. Looks at ball 1. 2 down here in the Braves 6th. In there for a called strike. Gibbons working pretty quickly on the mound. Fabian takes a hack at that one. No luck. Strike 2. Loops this one foul. Playable? No, out of play.
Yeah, that one just kept fading away.
Flanagan's been able to grab some of those over there, but that one drifted too far in the wind. Controlla stays alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on here for the Braves in the bottom of the 6th inning. Strike 3 called.
And Fabian wasn't convinced.
And that was a pretty pitch. Bottom dropped out of that one. And that'll retire the side here for the Braves in the 6th. They go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 6 complete here at Bottery Field, our score is still the Eagles 5 and the Braves 3.
And that's the first time we've had 3 up, 3 down in both halves of an inning.
Yeah, it's a lot of action here today. The Braves running out of time, running out of outs.
Mm-hmm. They came in tied with San Ynez for second place, game behind Templeton. And then Cabrillo and Santa Maria were tied for that 4th spot. Cabrillo with the slight edge.
Hey, Mike, here's another interesting thing that people might be fun for folks. It's National Public Works Week coming up on Monday the 5th. If you would like to learn a little bit more about how the city does their public works stuff, you are invited to come to an open gate event at the Lompoc Corporate Yard at 1300 West Laurel Avenue on Monday, the 14th, from 9 to 2. You can meet the city employees, see the equipment they use, and learn about what they do and how they do it. The National Public Works Week. Check it out.
Yeah, well, I kind of have to go by there.
You might even get a glimpse at the Tap TV truck.
Ooh. Old Tappy's going to be there.
Tappy will be there, hiding in the corner, as it usually is. All right, so we will go to the top of the 7th inning. This is Mr. Stetz up to bat. Grounds this one hard down the third baseline into fair territory. He'll have to hold at first, but sharply hit down third baseline for a nice leadoff single.
No doubt about that one.
And that brings us to guess who? Tyler Kaszewski. We'll have a pinch runner at first. Number 1, Merrick Hall will step in to run.
Definitely have to get over to the corporate yard and see that, since my dad helped get that place built.
That's right. Lots of interesting stuff over there, actually.
Mm-hmm. A lot bigger than it used to be.
I spent a few hours over there. Kaszewski lays down a nice bunt on third baseline. Throw over to first will be just in time to pick him off. And I mean just in time. That'll record 1 out, but the runner at first will advance. Hall gets over to second. With 1 down here in the 7th. That'll take us to the top of the batting order for the Eagles. Justice Gibbons, first pitch swinging. Center field, out number 2. Runner will have to hold at second, as the ball is relayed in very quickly. So 2 down now for the Eagles in the top of the 7th, with the runner at second base. And Jared Money back up to bat. Chopper over towards second. Cortez has got it on the run. Tosses it over to first to Oscar, who makes the catch for out number 3. Well, that will retire the Eagles here in the 7th. They strand one after 6.5. Our score remains the Eagles 5 and the Braves 3. Lompoc with 3 outs left to work with. You're in the bottom of the 7th.
Need at least 2, and 3 would be better.
3 would be nice. Gibbons stays on the mound. Just a junior. He'll be back.
Unlikely that we will see him, however.
That is true. He'll be moving on to the adventures of the Central section. Don't forget, this next season is when all things start. League realignments and the CIF section changes. Most of the teams here on the Central Coast migrating up to the CIF Central section.
Lompoc, San Ynez, and Cabrillo migrating to the Channel League, along with Santa Barbara, DP, and San Marcos.
Yep, going to be interesting. We had a chance to glance at the Braves football schedule.
I'll tell you one thing, that the water polo schedule is going to be
that's going to be
hellacious.
That's going to be interesting
for
there.
The Channel League.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so we go to the bottom of the 7th. Christian De La Cruz up to bat for the Braves. Fouls one off. Makes the count 1-1. Loops this one over first down the foul line, but caught on the run and diving is Flanagan to make the catch.
I'm not sure if that was fair or foul, but it was a dandy catch.
Yep, it was right there on the line, but either way, he got the glove under it, and it was well done by Adrian Flanagan, doing a great job over there for the Eagles and right today. So 1 down. Isaiah Hernandez now up for the Braves. Fouled off the hands down the third baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here for the Braves in the 7th. That one's low from Gibbons for ball 2. Foul over into O Street. Or close to O Street.
Have to give him the official traffic hazard award today.
The grounder just fouled on the third baseline. That last one did stay in the field, by the way. Foul ball, of course, but didn't make it to the pavement.
Yeah. Did create a fair amount of blow and chalk, though. Unfortunately, it was chalk on the wrong side of the third base bag.
2-2 pitch. Grounder over towards second. Well hit. Knocks down, but no play. Fuller got in front of it to keep it out of the outfield. But Hernandez hustles down to first with a 1-out single, and that will bring out the Templeton coach, Pete Kothmeyer. And they'll have a discussion. The Braves with 1 down. In the bottom of the 7th inning, 1 runner on. They're trailing by 2. It's 5-3. Need to get a couple across here in the 7th to keep this thing going. Gibbons stays on the mound for the Eagles, looking for the complete game win.
Yeah. Tying run at the plate.
It's Jeffrey Ray at the bat for the Braves. If these numbers were hard to read when the game started, now they're dirty and it's even worse.
It's darn near impossible.
Throw to first, not in time. Pitch off the plate and to the backstop. That'll send Hernandez over to second. So the Braves with a little opportunity here. Doors swinging open just a bit. Can they cash in? One 0 pitch coming up to Ray. Ooh, well hit.
Smacked.
Single to right. Will send Hernandez over to third. And all of a sudden, with runners at the corners, the Braves have one out and the winning run coming to the plate in the form of number 22, Justin Allen. Allen has 4 RBIs on the year. You'd really like to have 2 more right now.
2 or 3, yeah.
Go to first, not in time. 1 out, 2 on for the Braves. Bottom of the 7th, they trail by 2.
Throw to first again. Same result.
Trying to keep Jeffrey honest over here. Now they'll pitch. Ooh. Swung on and missed.
And Mr. Allen was looking to put that one somewhere up in Mission Hills. Throw to first again.
He was definitely looking for those RBIs we mentioned. 0-1 the count. Ooh. High fly ball into right, should be playable. Flanagan there. Hernandez will take off, tagging from third, and he's in to score. Sacrifice fly. Scores a run, and it's now 5-4 with 2 outs. Ray had to hold at first. So it's a 1-run ball game, 5-4, with 2 down here in the 7th. Throw to first. Ray just barely back underneath that throw. And this is Caleb Ramirez up for the Braves with a chance to bring in the tying run. Pitch misses for a ball. Go to first again. Ray back underneath.
That was kind of a toss over. Got about 3 moves over the first, and that was the easy one.
Pitch to Ramirez is high for ball 2. The Braves refusing to go quietly. It's 5-4 and another throw to first. Ray paying good attention back there. He's only got a marginal lead over there. Not taking any chances.
Been alternating throws to the plate and throws to first.
That throw to the plate is low for ball 3. 3-0 now.
And that procedure hasn't really been all that successful.
The runner is still at first, and you've got 3 balls at the plate. Now they'll concentrate on the batter and throw that one in there for a strike. Ramirez taking all the way.
It doesn't matter if you can't keep the runner from running if you walk them over.
Another throw to first. 3 balls and no strikes is the count to Caleb Ramirez. Fouls that one off.
I think that was the pitch that came up wanted, and he just couldn't quite catch up to it. Fouled it straight back.
Guess what, Mike? 3-2.
And to throw to first. I know you're shocked.
I am shocked. Full count with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Another throw to first. It's the payoff pitch. 3-2. Ray's going. Grounder over to second. They get the force out at second, and just in case they don't, they throw to first for the double play. You only needed one. Well, Mike, Braves made it interesting at the end, but couldn't cash in there in the 7th.
Yeah.
They bring in one. They leave one. Maybe. I don't know if that was actually an out at second or not.
Well, it was certainly closer than they should have allowed it to be.
So the Braves will bring one across here in the 7th and come up 1 run short. Final score, the Eagles 5 and the Braves 4. That's going to take the Eagles to 14-3 in the league. The Braves will drop to 12-5. 2 games back now with 5 games left in the regular season.
Yeah. And we've got some interesting goings on off the field in Lompoc High School sports. I don't know if you mentioned it in the pregame, but Donnie Cross is stepping down as the athletic director.
Yes, I did not mention that. I did not have time to get to that, but that's I want to congratulate Donnie for a spectacular job that he did at the AD position here for many years. Enjoyed working with him very much, and going to enjoy working with his replacement, Claudia Chiromas.
Yeah, he's kind of been the assistant AD, unpaid and unacknowledged as such.
She's going to do a fine job, I can tell you that already.
Yeah,
Donnie's going to be sticking around in other capacities with his on his the football staff as well. So
haven't heard who's taken over for Claudia, the activities director yet, but
she does plan on keeping her job as the basketball coach, though, as far as I understand.
Well,
we'll be there supporting her all the way. So
any other news concerning things you throw in there, Greg?
Well, other than the fact that we will be back here at Lompoc High School next Friday as the girls take on the Morro Bay Pirates in some softball action. That game's scheduled for 4 o'clock on Friday the 4th. We'll be here. Tune in and join us.
We've got some potential exciting news for this fall from KPEG. And I guess all the I's have not been dotted and the E's have not been crossed.
We will come across that when the time comes.
Hopefully we'll have that for you next week.
Stay tuned on that. So, we'll just keep you teasing on that one a little bit. Who knows? We're always up to something over here at KPEG.
Yeah.
All right. So, for Bill Smith over at the studio and from Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate you listening today. And as always, our final score, once again, from Dan Botery Field is the Templeton Eagles 5 and the Lompoc Braves 4. Stay tuned here to KPEG in about 7-8 minutes from now. KPEG New Tracks is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock.
Any hints on the brand new one?
The brand new song, the debut song this week, is by someone that you would never expect to hear on KPEG. And that's all I'm going to tell you. It's a great song. It's a great artist, but you wouldn't expect to hear it from us. So
hear a lot of things I never expect to hear.
That's true. But if it rocks, KPEG will play it. We'll tell you that. So stay tuned for new tracks coming up straight up 6 o'clock. So for the entire crew, thanks again for listening. We'll send you back now to the KPEG studios for the greatest rock and roll on the planet. Good night, everybody.
Hometown Radio right here at 100.9 KPEG.